I mean, we could create a reality that everything is terrible and the world is ending. I, for one, am not excited that people have some pain if we move into a recession period. But I tell you what, 2008, I created massive acceleration in my life and my business because I was ready for it. I understood it. And I sure understand this now, that when everybody is doing something, you got to be really careful about getting into that game. I made that mistake in the tech buildup when everything was racing like crazy in tech. The NASDAQ was rising and rocketing. This is, going back to 2000, 2001, and all that was happening. I took $250,000. I created an abundance. I bought my beach house. I had disposable income rocking, and I took $250,000 and I just bought some tech stocks, and I got destroyed. Shortly thereafter, I lost the entire $250,000. I lost 90% of it. And I think I put $100,000 into like AOL and a couple other things, and it was a sobering experience for me to learn that when everybody is saying to do something, and again, I don't want to offend anybody, but it's like this in crypto. It's like this in NFTs. Like, I'm not saying there's not viable businesses to be in there, but you have to be very mindful of how you allocate and invest into these things with your risk bucket investments. And when everybody is sprinting in a direction, it is not typically the direction to sprint in, right? It is not the direction to sprint in. When everybody is sprinting in a direction, it is time to double down the fundamentals of your business. And I'm saying it with love, crypto conferences, Bitcoin, all of this. Are there opportunities there? Yeah. But this should be your risk bucket investments. Not me saying it. This is the smartest investors in history. And how much of your investment portfolio should be a risk bucket? It should be maximum 10%, which should be diversified in different risky investments of all of your investable capital. That's what it should look like. So just be very mindful as you're approaching things, how to approach them. And if it's like you got 50 grand sitting there and you're like, well, I'm going to take a shot, you're out of your mind. Invest that $50,000, right, into yourself. My Uncle Jimmy, whose skis are hanging over my head right now, taught me this. He said, when everybody comes to you with all these different approaches and ways to invest, he goes, it always makes sense to invest. He was talking about risk bucket investment philosophy long before I ever read The Only Investment Guide You'll Ever Need, long before I met Tony Robbins. The Only Investment Guide You'll Ever Need, I bought for $1. I bought for $1 also at a garage sale. And that book taught what Warren Buffett says, which Tony Robbins echoes, which is don't lose money. You want to make money, you want to have a home run, don't lose money. And the greatest mistake that people make in investing, the greatest mistake people make in looking at the long-term future time horizon, in my opinion, is they violate the Uncle Jimmy principle, second principle, which is investing yourself, which you guys are doing here, right? But the investing yourself also includes the action steps you take with your time and energy to build your relationship capital, to amass your platform. Kris Krohn is one smart dude because for a decade, he has relentlessly invested in building an online platform. Kris can print money from his platform. And he has an unbelievable life because he did the work to build the platform. Tony Robbins built a platform, right? I am building and have built a platform. And Rob Gill is building a platform. Rob Gill had 300 organic online leads last month. Now that takes time, but simultaneously building an organic platform, having your shared experience platform, these are the investments you should be making heading into uncertain times. Because during uncertain times, people tend to not act, or they act in a herd mentality. And they chase things, and they chase things, and they chase things. and they get, sort of bamboozled and hustled into ways of thinking. I have a dear friend who is an unbelievable professional at what he does. And he's fallen into some complex times of, a major litigation he was involved in. And he has not done his primary business in years. And he's talking about all these different long shot ways of jumping into the NFT, crypto craze. And these are all long shots. And I don't mind him doing that for his good, but why wouldn't you do your fundamental business and spend a fraction of your time, a fraction of your resources on these, long shots, and stay tied into it? And by the way, I fell into this too. When I first joined Tony Robbins Flat, there was like 1,000 different things to get involved in. And I was investing in this, investing in that, putting time in this, putting time in that, all over the place. And what I came back to when I woke up, right late 2019, right before launching Unblinded, is I'm going to stop letting all these people pull me in a million different directions. Some guy told me, hey, pay $50,000, up front. We'll help you get a book title. This is the best person in the world. They're a genius in marketing. We'll get you a New York Times bestseller. It's going to probably be about $1 million investment overall. And I'm like, I was taking steps down this road. I paid $50,000 for it. But maybe even more importantly for me, I spent 50 or 100 hours on this nonsense. And so fundamentally just do what we're learning here. Like, wake up in gratitude when the world is going nuts. Ground in your gratitude. What everyone else is experiencing, what the stock market is doing, isn't in direct control or correlation to what your business is. What people are screaming about Bitcoin or NFTs or crypto doesn't have to affect your day in any way. Do your stuff. Do your fundamentals. And all of a sudden, you'll notice the stacking, the building, the growing of everything that's there for you. And for that, let's all be grateful.